It was the Canadian Army's costliest day of the war, and one that will forever be remembered with infamy and regret.
Right, y'all, welcome back to Common Arms channel. Okay, so today we're going to be checking out a recommendation that I got from a lot of y'all over in Canada. Now, I know you guys appreciate when I do the historical stuff every now and again, and this one got recommended a lot, especially recently. So this is the Dieppe Raid. I think I'm saying that correctly, but I guess this was a raid done by the Canadians in France during World War II. And it's pretty infamous now. I think the unit or units involved got like 50% casualties, so it sounds extremely rough, extremely brutal. So I want to check it out, learn a little bit more about it. This is actually narrated by Alex Trebek, which is kind of cool, I guess. So yeah, we'll check it out. It's about 6 minutes long, so not terribly long, but hopefully it gives us some good background as to what happened in the Dieppe Raid. Okay, hopefully we get some nice old school footage in here. Oh, maybe not so nice.
It was called Operation Jubilee, but today it's better known as the disaster at Dieppe.
Operation Jubilee. That sounds so familiar. I don't know why.
Britain's raid on the German-held coast of France in the Second World War was supposed to test Hitler's Fortress Europe. The goal was a simple one: seize a major port, gather intelligence, destroy critical defenses, then get out.
Okay, well, that guy's saying simple, but then he says seize a major port and then do all these other follow-on actions. I mean, like we saw it with even the Royal Marine Commandos when they were doing the raid on Saint Nazaire. It's not as easy of a thing as you would expect. I mean, World War II, you hear a lot of crazy stories about a lot of people getting a lot of crazy stuff done, but it's not like Call of Duty where you can like one-man army this kind of stuff. There's a lot of defenses put in play. There's a lot of intel that you don't get, so there's a lot of like unknowns going into certain stuff. So it's not always as smooth as you would expect.
Those objectives was achieved. Dieppe was meticulously planned, but was so flawed that failure was inevitable.
Oh man.
On the morning of August 19, 1942, more than 200 Allied ships and landing craft closed in on the port city and the beaches east and west of Dieppe.
This is a pretty big operation then.
The beaches were codenamed Green, Red, White, and Blue.
Huh.
From the air, Royal Air Force fighters strafed German machine gun positions dug into the cliffs over the stony beaches and engaged Luftwaffe pilots in dogfights overhead. From the English Channel, British warships bombarded the shore, clearing coastal defenses and providing a smokescreen for the attack.
Really big operation.
6,000 troops stormed the beaches. More than 80% of them were Canadian.
Hell yeah.
But from the cliff tops, the enemy could see the full length of each beach and every soldier and tank crossing it.
Damn. Man, the crazy thing with these old like amphibious assaults is like the landing craft themselves weren't that good. Like you can see they were very, very exposed. So like once you start getting into like machine gun distance and whatnot, or even like, you know, mortar or any sort of indirect fire, like there's a high chance that you're going to take a lot of casualties or, you know, significant casualties in your specific, you know, vessel that you're using to do the amphibious assault with. So they didn't have like advanced stuff that you have now where it's like, you know, they'll actually drive up, you're completely covered the entire time, and then you could open the doors away from the machine gun fire. Like these people are literally running into this machine gun fire and whatnot. So it must be pretty disheartening once you actually start getting close and you're closing that distance and then all of a sudden the machine gun starts going off. So a lot of brave people taking part in these sort of operations.
At Blue Beach, east of Dieppe, the Royal Regiment and the Black Watch were quickly pinned against a seawall in a hail of enemy fire. Mortars and shells dropped all around them.
Damn.
On Green Beach to the west, the raiders had to cross a river on a single bridge, which the Germans defended viciously.
Yeah, no kidding.
On Red and White Beach at Dieppe itself, many of the Canadian tanks stalled in the small round beach stones that jammed in their tracks. And so, trapped on the beach, soldiers were caught in a deadly crossfire from the German machine guns.
Damn, dude. You don't even have the tanks helping
Realizing the raid was doomed, British commanders ordered the surviving troops to evacuate from the beaches. As you can imagine, the exit was chaotic.
Oh my gosh.
Dead and wounded were everywhere. Many more were shot or drowned as they tried to escape to their landing craft waiting offshore.
No kidding. Damn, dude.
Now, at first, newspapers back home in Canada reported Dieppe as a great victory. Every objective is achieved on 9-hour foray into France, proclaimed the Toronto Daily Star.
9 hours. So the assault itself, I imagine they're probably considering the 9 hours when they're talking about the RAF going in, doing their thing, and also the naval bombardment. So I'm not sure how long the actual operation was when you're talking about the crafts actually getting to the shore and then getting stuff done and then, you know, leaving. I mean, but just trying to imagine like 3 hours of you being like almost stranded on a beach where, you know, you're constantly getting machine gun fire, you have casualties all over the place, you're trying to render aid, you're trying to figure out what's going on, and all of a sudden you're trying to like leave. There's not going to be a whole lot of order because you're trying to consolidate everything, trying to consolidate equipment, casualties, ammunition, all that good stuff, and now you're trying to do an evacuation, which I'm not even sure was a part of the plan. So yeah, it must have been extremely disheartening, and I'd like to hear some of the personal stories from those that actually took part, because I'm sure it's pretty like crazy stuff, pretty traumatic for sure.
But once the names of the dead and wounded became known to the public, shock was felt across the entire nation. In all, Canadian casualties totaled 3,367, including 907 dead and 1,874 men captured.
Damn. How do you have a success
CBC
when you have that
Robert
much?
Bowman, who spent 8 hours ashore with Canadian soldiers on the bloody beaches of Dieppe, said, "We have suffered heavy losses, and I saw our men die. But never have I seen men die more bravely or fight with such great heart
No kidding.
as our Canadian troops."
Damn, dude.
It was the Canadian Army's costliest day of the war, and one that will forever be remembered with infamy and regret.
Damn, I'm surprised more people don't know about this. This is the first time I've heard about it, to be honest, when you guys are recommending it. How do they even go about trying to say it was a success when you have like hundreds of people that are POWs now? That's kind of cool to add at the end. Damn. Again, people back then were like, I don't know if they were different. I guess the times were just different, but it's hard to say. So imagine you yourself trying to go into a situation like that. Okay, this is pretty solid though, and again, I like the footage that they're adding into this. So they're doing like the whole ceremony of them like honoring them. We saw a lot of the actual aftermath, which is kind of brutal. But damn. Okay. Well, I'm glad I was able to sort of, I guess, share this story because again, I don't know many Americans that know about this. At least no one has brought it up to me previously. There's a lot of stories from World War II. Again, it's kind of hard to be aware of all of them. But I mean, with Canada specifically, there's not a whole lot that I know about Canada in World War II. But Canada is, again, you guys have done a pretty good job with letting me know. But Canada does some pretty crazy stuff in war, as far as like individual actions for sure, but also like stuff like this. It's like the whole bravery and whatnot. It's pretty remarkable to hear. But yeah, I didn't hear about this story until you guys actually recommended it. So I'm glad I was able to finally educate myself a little bit about it. I would definitely like to know more. I think we kind of just skimmed the surface with this video. So if you guys have a documentary to like recommend or anything like that, throw it down below. I'm not sure if I'm going to react to it on the channel, but I'd like to learn a little bit more about it. Or if there's any books where people are sort of talking about their stories here. But yeah, I mean, especially with like D-Day. D-Day is like very, very famous. Everyone knows about the landings on Normandy Beach for D-Day, but a lot of people don't know about other amphibious assaults, especially one like this where it was pretty big. Again, I'm not sure how it compares to D-Day standards as far as like how many people were involved, but it was pretty similar as far as having like all the multiple beach landings with like specific names. You had different units involved, different countries involved. So I'm surprised more people didn't know about it. But yeah, thank you guys for recommending it to me. Again, it's cool that I'm able to sort of share this with all of y'all. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about it. I think it's pretty awesome, especially hearing all the crazy stuff, again, that Canada gets into when it comes to like times of war. They definitely, you know, rally up and get things done. And it's pretty cool to see. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, especially if you guys are from Canada. If you guys learn about this whenever you're in school, because we don't learn a whole lot about war in school, to be honest, but World War II specifically, it usually just stays on the side of the U.S. So if you guys learn a little bit more about this in school, let me know what you learn. Let me know what they teach. If you know anyone that took part, let me know that as well. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you again for supporting the channel. Thank you for the awesome recommendations. Keep them coming, especially I need some more Canada stuff. So if you guys have some more Canada videos, throw them down below so I can check them out. Or you can head into the Discord and recommend them there as well. Or you can talk to other members of the community, and that's pretty cool too. But thank you guys for watching. That is it for this video. I will see you all in the next one.